Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Today we're making this wood art of this colorful butterfly. Wood art is a high profit project. The material costs for this are right around $5 and it takes about an hour or so to make. And this particular piece would sell anywhere between $50 and $75 for us. And we consider that a great return on our investment and our time. So before I get too far ahead of myself, hi, I'm Donna, and on our channel, we like to make woodworking projects that we've made and have sold really well for us, so you can make and sell them too. Wood art is one of the things that I love to create. We do quite a bit of it, and as always, we start with our pattern. And our patterns are available on our Etsy store. If that's something that interests you, I'll put the link in the description below. So I glue the pattern on the wood, and this pattern is a little different. It comes in two pieces with a line that you match up. I did this because I wanted the wingspan to be bigger, and I couldn't quite fit the entire butterfly on one standard piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. So I just devised the pattern so it's in half. So we'll have it both in half on the pattern and whole if you prefer a smaller one or you have larger paper. So I glue that down, and in this project I'm using MDF. I normally use wood, but I really wanted to work on carving and getting dimension using sanding, so I decided to go with the MDF for this one. So we glue the pattern down and then begin cutting it out on the scroll saw. And for this one, it's quite easy. MDF is very easy to cut, so I was just able to cut around all the pieces. Now, when it came to the wings and cutting out all of the orange spots, I did end up cutting into the wing structure itself in lines at the bottom of each of the orange sections, and it looked amazing when it was done. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to look, but in the end, it really just added more texture to the butterfly wing because it's all going to be painted black. So that worked really well. So you'll see here I'm just coming in from the side and then cutting out the shape. And we do have a website, ideas2ididit.com. If you want to go check that out, we've got more information about our methods and different projects that we've done previously that you can go and check out and see. It goes a little bit more in depth than just the YouTube videos. And we also have a free wood art project that you can get. If you sign up for our newsletter, we will email that to you. So then you could give it a try and see if it's something you're interested in. And we have recently added a brag board to the website, so you could send us in photos of your completed project, or actually you upload them, and everyone can see them. And we've had a couple submissions so far, and they're gorgeous. We love seeing them. We're really trying to build a community of people who are DIYers, who like to do woodwork for fun or to make a little extra money, so everybody can kind of learn from each other. So it's been fantastic so far, and we would love for you to join. And we do have a lot of different projects, not just wood art. There's other projects on our YouTube page as well that you can go check out for different types of wood projects. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. We absolutely love to hear from you. It helps us out so much. If this is something you're interested in, please leave a like or leave a comment. It helps so much to tell YouTube that this is something that people are liking and enjoying, and it helps them then put the video out to others. We are really trying to grow this community. It's been absolutely fantastic. The support we've received so far has been amazing. So anyway, back to it. You can see here I'm using a Dremel to round off all the edges. So I'm doing the edges of the wing plus all the insert places where the different pieces go in. I want everything to have a nice rounded feel, so it'll add that extra dimension. And then I just smoothed everything out with a hand sand. And now I'm going to start painting. So I painted all the outlines of the wings just with a black acrylic paint. And then I painted all the cutouts with an orange paint. And now I'm going in with a dark orangey red color and just shadowing all the edges of the cutouts, because where we've rounded all the edges of the black wing piece plus the orange, you can now see in. And by giving it that darker color, you really enhance that dimension. It's so easy to do, and it adds so much dimension to the piece. So you can see here I've done all the sides and I've put all the pieces back in. They're not glued yet, but now I want to do some additional shading on the tops of the pieces. So I wanted it all back together, so I can go around the edges and really bring that shading up around the rounded sides, so it'll create even more dimension. Dimension is one of my favorite words. And if you were to get some of the orange or red paint on the black, it's no problem. Nothing's glued yet. You could just at the end go in and touch that up. So you'll see I'm just still working along the edges to really enhance that. And I'm using I had some red paint and some of the original orange paint and a little bit of black just to give it that darker shade of the color. So I'll keep going around those edges, and you can see I've done that now. And now I'm going to go in with some yellow paint. So I'm using kind of like a mustardy yellow and my orange paint to really, now we're trying to really brighten up the colors in these bottom sections of the wings to really, my goal is to almost make them glow, and I think I accomplished it. So it's many layers. When you're building shadows or lights or highlights or any of this, I feel you're much better off working with many, many layers. So you can see I've done this twice, I think, already, and now I'm coming in with a third one to really help build that brightness. I'll also do the same even on the ones on the top wings that are still orange just with the dark edges. I still will go in with a lighter, slightly lighter orange paint, and I'll start to add some dimension to the tops of those. It's all about dimension, which is creating the different shades of light to really give an item shape. And my goal was to make it glow. I think I did it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And I was saying I like to use layers of paint. You'll see I dip in the water a lot. I use acrylic paint, and by dipping in the water, it's just thinning out the paint that much more. And it just allows the under layer to shine through. So it's not about putting solid layers of paint on top of each other. It's thin, transparent layers of paint that build on each other. So you get that depth of color when you look at it. So it's the brightest yellow with a bit of a darker yellow to the mid-orange to the dark orange to that red shadow color I put in. And all of that is going to create this glow and this interest in the paint color. And it's really going to be eye-catching, and it really helps make this glow. Like, I think I did it. I think it looks like it's glowing. And so now we're going to do all the white dots. And that might look daunting. It might look hard. It is not. Use the back of a paintbrush, and you're going to dip into a puddle of white paint, and you're going to just simply make your dots. This is random. It's a natural thing that we're making here, a butterfly. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be laid out equally spaced or any of that. Just go for it. Make your dots as you go all around, and then we're going to make slightly larger ones at the top. It just popped this piece. I was so happy once I thought it looked amazing. I thought it looked amazing before. And then once we did this, it just popped it. I thought it looked fantastic. It just brought it to life. So at the top here, we're just going to make slightly almost like ovals, just to give a bit more of the white here. I chose to leave the body just black. You could definitely add some details on the body if you want it. You could add some light colors around the edge of that body to help it pop, but I didn't feel it was necessary. Okay, we're almost there. For the background, we went and got craft sticks from Home Depot. These craft sticks were $1.98 for 3, I believe. And we only used two packs, a pack and a half. So it was, honestly, it was like $3 for this whole background, which is phenomenal. This background looks amazing. And it was really, the pieces were well sanded. They were really even. And so Chris just used a miter box. And we first started with that middle cross. And then we just added the pieces in to create this pattern. And then I stained it. And Chris built the frame. And this is the finished project. I hope you love it. Thanks for spending time with us. Bye.